Hello. For this practice, I would like you to have a few prompts, and this is going to be just for our last relaxation pose, in which I'm going to leave you and you can continue your experience, but I will give you a few guiding moments there. Before we get to that pose, we will just do a very gentle, very restorative yoga flow. It's not going to be long, where again we're going to explore the connection of the feet into the hips and the entire body. All right, so for this, again, for your last pose, you will need a chair or a couch. You don't have to, you might just have to bend the knees. I also have an eye pillow, so if you have something like that, that's great. You can just fold a towel and place it on your eyes just to help you get into that state of relaxation. I also have a strap, and I have a strap with this ring so that we're going to be using it around the legs. And you can have something like, again, folded towel, blanket, pillow, that will work as well. And if you have a hard chair like this, you may also want to place something on it to make yourself more comfortable, since you'll be staying there a little bit longer than this video. And yeah, I guess I will not be saying goodbye to you in this video, because I will leave you in that position and you can enjoy it and then just reassess, see how it feels. Also, if you know you need some support for your head, you can also bring another pillow. So basically, restorative yoga pose requires a lot of props. And the main reason for that, to create a very comfortable and very comforting experience, which also when we talk about the pelvic floor and the core, this is what they are striving for as well. Because when they're constantly tight, perhaps to just react to all our stressors, they need that moment of relaxation. So that's why making yourself comfortable is going to be very, very important. All right, so without further ado, we're going to start the practice just with a little bit of movement. And you're going to lie down, having your head maybe supported by the pillow, maybe not. And we're going to start in this position. So your feet are standing, your knees are bending, and arms are relaxed. And as always, in the yoga practice, we always take a moment to bring our awareness and notice the connection of our body to the earth. Notice how your feet are positioned. And from that, notice where your knees are. Are your feet positioned in a way that your knees may be drawing in towards each other? Or maybe your feet are positioned in a way that knees are drawing out. And actually, well, that's what we'll be exploring today. But notice also how your toes are feeling. Are they feeling tense? Are they feeling relaxed? Are they feeling like they're still wearing flip-flops? All right, just take a few breaths and try to take your 360-degree breath. And if that feels kind of foreign to you, I'm not going to go into this foundational work here because it's a practice time, but it is in one of my courses. So don't change anything with your feet, and then just start slowly exploring this movement. You're going to push through the feet, so you're going to push through the ground, and there is that opposite reaction force. As you're pushing, you're creating that lift. So see if you can create this lift, and just kind of notice what's working for you and slowly bring yourself up. So this is your restorative practice. No movement that you need to rush. And then starting from your upper portion, one vertebra at a time, start bringing yourself down and just kind of notice how that feels. All right. And let's do that 2 more times. Again, wherever your feet are, notice what parts of the feet you're using to create that motion of push to lift. Are you feeling a little bit of sense of engagement through your glutes? Are you feeling a little bit more tightening through your lower core? Are you feeling a nice pressure on your vertebra as you're coming down? And let's do our last one in this position. Again, push to lift. And I also kind of break down this movement into a little bit more details and other possibilities in my other course. All right, so from here we're going to be changing. So we're going to be exploring this movement from our feet. You're going to bring your big toes towards each other and you're going to take your heels out to whatever is comfortable. So you may also want to open your feet. And then again, you're going to start pressing and coming up. So we're going to do 3 movements with each position. And just simply explore. And observe. Where do you feel the work? Where do you feel a sense of tension? Is your brain and nervous system confused? Like, why are we doing it this way? Can you still stabilize through your tripod foot? Just take a moment. From here, we're going to bring our heels towards each other and toes out. And again, if you make your feet wider and that's more comfortable, do that. Can you connect with your tripod foot so you're not just collapsing out? Because that's where we are right now. I'm going to explore this. Again, you're going to lift. So notice if you feel it maybe in different parts of your hips, your pelvis. Notice what happens with your connection of the rib cage to the pelvis, especially as you're going down. So can you go slowly, one vertebra at a time, still maintaining that connection of the rib cage to the pelvis. And I think that was 3 times. So from here, since maybe you're wide right now, so go ahead and make it even wider, maybe as wide as the mat, and find whatever position you want from the foot. And actually what I will do, I'm going to bring my left foot forward and also place it on the floor. And the other foot is going to be actually towards me and on the mat. And I'm going to also try to bring my arms up. I'm going to reach them. So I'm going to use my arms to help. And then from here, just notice how the position of the feet might feel, kind of give you that sense of balance, asymmetry, right? Now I'm going to reach my arms up as I'm slowly bringing my torso down into the floor. I absolutely love this connection of my spine into the floor. And again, I'm going to do that 3 times. So I'm going to reaching with the arms, lifting one foot, one leg. What I call it is in London, and the other one is in Paris. But we're trying to connect them in one body and one experience. But this is probably more true to where we are in life because we're not truly symmetrical and we're not truly balanced. So there's always that motion of one side is in London, the other one is in Paris. All right, so from here, we are going to, let's bring our feet together. How about that? And you can either have heels together, toes together, or whatever feels like togetherness. But what I'm going to do here actually is this. I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to place my right heel into the floor. And the left foot is going to stay in that tripod position. And you can either have your arms up or not, having it on the floor. So I'm going to come up here and again, just kind of feel your sides giving you maybe different information. So see if you can enjoy that. Excellent. And then let's try to explore the balls of the feet. And again, you can have your feet wide together, whatever feels like an okay exploration for now. So I'm gonna have my balls of the feet on the floor, heels are up. Notice if your heels are kind of drawing in or drawing out, where's your default? And see if you can kind of center whatever that means to you right now. Press through your balls of the feet and slowly come up. And on the way down, I'm reaching those arms up towards the ceiling as I'm slowly flexing through my spine and let it be ironed by the floor. Whew. And of course, I'm talking, but hopefully you are breathing. I'm not guiding you through breath here. So just kind of find which part of the breath feels good in whatever part of the movement. And don't be afraid to change. This is our explorative practice. There are no rules, as you can see, just possibilities, just potential. The only rule that I always like to play with is a sense of stability. So you can maintain and feel strong and stable in each position as you're also supple. Because if we're changing the positions and then you're completely off and cannot control the movement, that's not optimal, I think. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and explore outer edges of the feet. So perhaps having your soles of the feet together, allowing the pelvic floor to open and kind of breathe as it's being supported through the legs and hips. So can you now press through the feet and lift? And notice maybe how it's a little bit more challenging to keep balance here. So try to really press your soles of the feet into each other. And if you feel your knees are coming up, actually actively draw them down. So it's going to create a little bit more engagement there. And you can see that you cannot come up quite a lot. So bring it down. All right, inhale here. Squeeze the soles of the feet together and down. And one more. And down. So this time I'm going to keep my left leg in this position and bringing my right on top. And I'm going to reach my right arm up alongside the ear. Just allow my right side to lengthen. So try to again maintain that connection of your rib cage towards the pelvis. That's that core connection. And also maybe take a few moments to breathe into that right side of the rib cage. And then from here, we're gonna bring our legs to the center. Drop the right, drop the left. Also, I have a prop here, so if you feel like your knees don't go any further unless you have to like arch through it, so perhaps bring a block or a prop to assist yourself. And then again, my left arm is gonna reach up alongside the ear. I'm gonna try to breathe, allowing my rib cage keep connected to my pelvis, just gently activating through my core. And then relax. So from here, we're going to be doing our preparation for the restorative pose. And this is excellent if you were driving for hours, flying, or maybe you're the person who knows that you like to arch through the lower back. So I know when I work with moms and with mommy posture, there is always that arch that is still there. That's gonna feel, this pose is gonna feel really, really good. Because it's gonna allow the pelvis feel supported and the hips feel supported. So it's a very good pose. So hopefully you'll like it and you will feel supported. All right, so from here, this is also my sandbag. I didn't really mention it, but if you have a bag of rice, that will be great, or something kind of slightly heavy. It's just gonna give you a sense of grounding and support as well, but that's optional. So what we'll be doing here is that. So you can have your folded blanket, towel, or If you have any other yoga props, that would be great. So yeah, I'm just putting the resistance band, not resistance, but strap here. And I'm placing it above my knees, not below, but above. And I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit more so that my legs don't have to hold me while I'm here. And it's also gonna bring the hips into more or less kind of neutral environment. So depending on how high you are or tall or whatever, so like this chair is probably a little bit, actually it's kind of lining me up pretty nicely. So, but you can adjust. And what we're trying to do is to create a sense of neutral pelvis. And if you're not familiar what that is, if you put your hands on your pelvis, so your fingertips will be towards the pubic bone and your palms are going to be towards your pelvic bones. So that's going to make a sense of triangle and it's going to be even from top to bottom. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about perfection, but it's all about progression and just making connection with your body. So like if you basically put a cup of tea here, it's gonna stay level or balanced. So I'm gonna use my sandbag. Again, it's optional. You can also just put the hands there and that's it. But this is the pose that I would like you to feel grounded. And I'm just basically placing this sandbag right here. So usually when I work one-on-one, I do all those props for my clients and really pamper them. And then I have the eye pillow. All right. So I'm just going to guide you for a couple of minutes in this position and then enjoy. Namaste. So just continue fidgeting a little bit and continue connecting to all these different props. And if you absolutely have to get up and make some changes in arrangements, please do that so you can again create a sense of comfort, safety, and restoration. I just want you to feel your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, connecting you to the ground. And if you have a sandbag on top, just notice how that gentle pressure brings even more sense of grounding. And then connect with your breath and stay here for as long as you feel like it. You can set your timer or you can let your body communicate when you need to get up.